Hi everyone, welcome back to the Airing Austin YouTube channel. My name is Austin, and today we're doing something a little bit different. If you guys are new to the channel, I don't really do movie reviews. However, it's something that I'm really interested in trying out. I am here to review The Black Phone. The Black Phone was directed by Scott Derickson. He did movies such as Doctor Strange 2016, and also, I believe, Sinister as well. So he's really well known for doing horror, which is the genre of The Black Phone. And before we jump into things here, I want to give a quick warning that we will be discussing spoilers throughout this review. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend you guys go check it out. So The Black Phone is based in, I think, Denver, Colorado, and it's about these two kids. It's almost like a coming of age story mixed in with a horror film. The brother's name is Finney, played by Mason Thames, and the sister's name is Gwen, played by Madeline McGraw. Things really aren't going right for them. They're being very abused by their father. Finney isn't winning his baseball games. He is not able to talk to his crush at school. Also, he's just dealing with a lot of bully issues as well. Meanwhile, the sister Gwen, she's also dealing with a lot. She's kind of discovering these new things about her, and she's talking to her father quite a bit throughout the movie and finding out her mother also experienced a lot of these similar things. This leads into the discussion that they are gifted in a supernatural sense. And you later come to find out that not only is Gwen gifted, but also her brother, Finney, is gifted as well. He is able to communicate with the dead, but it makes sense with the world building. Going into this film, it's not really that hard to believe that this kid is able to make phone calls with dead people, with ghosts. Specifically, these ghosts are the prior victims to the killer, the grabber, played by Ethan Hawke. And oh my goodness, these are potentially like the best child actors that anyone could have found. They were amazing throughout the whole film. There were some scenes where it's like, this looks like it was really hard to pull off. I was genuinely blown away. It really just connected me more so to the movie than I think anyone else could have really brought to the table. The same can really be said with Finney. He is indeed a tropey character, but by the end, you kind of understand why he's written the way he's written. He's a tropey character because he has a lot to overcome. This really is a coming of age story for the character Finney in the sense that he really learns to stand up for himself. But I think by the end of the movie, he kind of comes to realize that he is smart enough to know how to deal with these situations and implement actions into them. Because this kid, he plays 4D chess with the serial killer kidnapper, the grabber. It kind of ensues throughout the movie and you don't even realize it's happening because the character is essentially doing all these random tasks that really don't make sense. And it's like, okay, well, none of these are really getting anywhere. So why does this really add up? And by the end, you find out why. It really does use foreshadowing quite a lot in this movie. You have a mint arm, and it's like, why do I keep hearing this? Why is this reoccurring so much? And then by the end, spoilers again, Finney actually ends up killing the grabber. And so Finney is putting the phone up to the grabber's ear and he's like, it's for you. And then you hear the kids, his past victims, yelling at him. And then the last one is, your arm is mint. And then Finney snaps his neck. And it's like, yes, that felt so good. And it's such good storytelling. It's just, you don't really get that a lot in horror movies these days. One thing that I really appreciated about this movie was that it was a supernatural movie, but the villain was human. He was flawed. He was a very detailed character. Like, he had major issues that you could use against him to escape this situation. You actually see a potential possibility of this situation being resolved. There is more to the story than just being scared. Being scared comes secondary, whereas the good story comes first. You know some of these characters for maybe 5 minutes max, and then it's like you feel such an attachment to each and every one of them. Even the police, like, okay, they are actually taking this little girl seriously, and for good reasons. It's really wonderful to see all of this character development throughout the entirety of the film. This is a horror movie. This could have been so much simpler and so much more cheesier, but it wasn't. And it really makes you think horror is not the butt of the joke. You know, like, horror can be serious. It can be taken seriously. And I can see The Black Phone winning tons and tons of awards. The camera work, amazing. Directing, clearly amazing. The performances he got, again, out of the kids, just super. Some of the filmmaking I was curious about. At the very beginning, they focus a lot on Finney, and I thought throughout the whole film, I'm like, what if we focused on Bruce at the beginning? What if we did that? I think that would have been such a cooler way of kind of introducing the movie. We focus on this kid, and then bam, he's gone. By the end of the movie, though, it kind of makes sense why they chose the route that they did, to focus on Finney the entirety of the movie. And so whenever you kind of get to the end of the film and Finney kind of overcomes the situation, that's when you realize, oh, so that's why it was so focused on him in the very beginning of the movie during the baseball game and that whole situation. And it really made me think, okay, my mind shifted. That makes sense. Overall, this movie was such a good time. The Black Phone, seriously, go watch it. I guess I'll go ahead and do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This is something entirely new. Let me know if you guys like it. I love movies. I love television. I love talking about all this. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, be sure to leave a like, comment down below. All of the engagement helps out a lot. Also, if you guys want to see more content from me, I highly recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell as well. That way you guys are alert of when I'm posting videos. So yeah, that will go ahead and do it for my first movie review. I was not expecting for this to be The Black Phone. This is something I've been thinking about for a long time, and this movie just really wowed me. I had to talk about it. I was planning on doing something else entirely, but this change of plans. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.